What is going on, my fellow gaming warriors? Tis the one, and I want to talk about FaZe Jev's one of his most recent videos, and he basically goes on a rant. He rages about Modern Warfare and Roman numeral 2-year skips, horrible skill-based matchmaking system. And I know this has been a topic that I've talked about a million times already, but like literally there's nothing else to talk about. There's like, what else? No one cares about the game in terms of the content. You know why? Because there is no freaking content. That's why. There is no content. The only thing to do in this game is to spam this holiday shipment, Christmas shipment, which merry belated Christmas, by the way. So this is from Jev's, one of his last videos. They added holiday shipment and My Soul is Warm, and he went out on a rant about midway through the video. I'll put the link to it in the description. But this is what he said. I'm definitely going to use a shield or something. This is definitely going to make my skill base absolutely horrendous. I hope I go ultra uber negative and just never play a competitive match again. I'm so tired of being competitive. I'm so tired of trying to play against people of my skill level at all times. Oh, it's so sad that you hate the fact that you have to play against people you have to try against. But here's the issue. It makes me wish I wasn't as good, so I don't play as good a player. Does that make sense? Yes, it does, Jev. I wish I was as bad as you, so I just don't even need to understand. Look, if you really knew Jev back in the day, I'm not saying personally, but I'm saying as a, watching him on YouTube over the years, I'm telling you, when he first started out, if he was the way he was back then now, oh my gosh, he would have lost his friggin' mind. But he would have the funniest rants even back then on the old school Call of Duties. And if you can make rants on those back then, I mean, even I did. I was really bad. Like if you look at the Jev Rage Tags from back in the day, when he sounded like he's going nuts, like freaking insane. Well, I was that bad, but I also could get worse at times. You know what I mean? Like it was bad. I used to rage bad, and it was going back all the way to when I was freaking 5, or it started early. I was always competitive no matter what I did. It's just how I always was. I don't know. But I'm just saying that because I resonate with Jev, and I always have because of this. I've always related to him and on all his opinions on Call of Duty over the years. And this one especially, and this is really good that he's saying this, because this is probably the most respected Call of Duty content creator at this point. 5 million subs now, which is freaking insane. Over 5 million subs. He's always stuck true to his roots. You know what I mean? And he's still a real guy. But he's also been very fair with Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2-year skip, and that's because it's given him an easy camo grind, right? But even he is sick of it, and he acknowledges this horrible skill-based matchmaking system. And if he's saying it at this point, and he's happy, I mean, he's getting freaking paid, he's getting paid well for playing the game. But I really resonated with him when he said, it makes me wish I wasn't as good, so I don't play as good a player. And then he asked, does that make sense? Yes, it does make sense. It does. That's exactly what many of us are still saying to this day. And as long as skill-based matchmaking is still in this game, it's not gonna freaking end. This feeling of just like helplessness, hopelessness when playing this game, it is not gonna go away, okay? And hey, I like when he says, I wish I was as bad as you. And talking about the idiot who he was referring to. He said, oh, it's so sad that you hate the fact that you have to play against people you have to try against. Those people who say that. The idiots, the noobs. And he was addressing them, and he was saying, I wish I was as bad as you, so I just didn't even need to understand, Like, made a great point. I mean, common sense, really. But it's a good point. If these newbier players who are making those stupid comments, if they were actually good at the game, then they would know what we're talking about and what we're feeling. But he's just saying, like, oh, if I was as bad as you, it would honestly feel better, because then I wouldn't know what it feels to get, destroyed, get punished by skill-based matchmaking. But they don't understand that because they never played the older games, and they're just not good at Call of Duty, so they don't know, like, what doing good is. Like, doing good to them is going, like, 22 and 21 in TDM. It makes their night. It makes their whole week when they go 22 and 21 on TDM. If you suck at the game that bad, and if you genuinely don't know what you're talking about, you have no place in this conversation when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, right? I mean, that's common sense. It is. But I don't know. A lot of people don't get that. But guys, I'm about to show you a few things that resonate with you if you agree with me on skill-based matchmaking, just how it just shouldn't be in the game. It shouldn't be. It should not be, and I know I've said it a million times, but I'm going to keep saying it because we have to keep talking about it. Because the second that we forget about it and we stop talking about it, is like, it's guaranteed that nothing will change. And you could say, oh, well, nothing will change, you know, regardless, but that doesn't help. Staying silent on these things does not help. But first thing I wanted to show you before I get into what Jev said is look at this right here. Back from 2012, Black Ops 2. I came across this and I think it's fitting because this is Christmas time, and we all loved back in the day when we used to beat up on the Christmas noobs, right? We used to love that, but that doesn't exist anymore. You know why? Skill-based matchmaking. So I just want to read this message for you real quick. Okay, just to emphasize the stupidity that's going on today, and just the difference of now versus back then. And so let's just get into it. Let's talk Christmas noobs. It's that time of the year again where thousands of new players join the online ranks for the first time. We'd ask you to go easy on the Christmas noobs, but we know you won't. And that's underlined there because, I mean, that's the big thing. We'd ask you to go easy on the Christmas noobs, but we know you won't. See, that's the thing. They enabled you to, you know, they pushed you to get better. Like, hey, you don't want to get destroyed by these dudes? I mean, just get better at the game. It's very simple. But then Treyarch followed up with, if you are a Christmas noob yourself, don't be bullied. In the combat training category, you'll find a great playlist called Boot Camp. This is the best place for a new player to get up to speed on the game and all it has to offer. You can even rank up your first 10 levels playing against both human and AI-controlled opponents. So I've also made this point before. There used to be this thing called combat training, where, like it said, you will level up. You get to 10 levels, and you would only be able to play against people who are either levels 1 through 10, or bots. Like, it would kind of be a mix. And but nowadays it's like we have to water it down for these players, these newbier players, and all the people who know what the hell they're doing, all of us, you know, all the Call of Duty vets. You know, as corny as that sounds, all the vets, you know, I salute you vets out there. All you Call of Duty vets, all us vets, we have to suffer because of these friggin' clowns, you know, who don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, why should we have to suffer? That's the whole problem with this whole freaking skill-based matchmaking thing. And like, why not implement that back into the game, you know? But I've made that point. Like, just bring that back into the game to get them, you know, get their feet on the ground, get them going. But we shouldn't have to suffer because they suck at the game. It used to be, if you sucked at the game, you would need to get better. That's how it always was. Why did that change? I mean, the simple answer is money. The short answer is money, and that's all you need to know. But, you know, because they just to market and appeal and keep players like that, the newbier players, on the game. And I guess it works for the newbier players, but they're losing more and more players like myself. They're losing them. And again, the only reason why I have this game is because someone bought it for me, and I feel like a dick if I didn't play it. You know what I mean? And I do play one, like this, you know, the holiday shipment match. I did play this. You know, the only time I play this game is to get, you know, footage for you in the background. Literally, if you support skill-based matchmaking, you support communism. I've said that too. Skill-based matchmaking is literally communism because it wants everyone to be as equal as possible, and it doesn't want to reward anyone for, like, just being better. You know what I mean? Like, even if you suck, you're still gonna get the same reward as everyone else. And then we have this dude, Landon, KRNG Apollo. I assume he's a streamer or a pro. MLG pro gamer, you know, like, I don't know. I really don't know. But he got that check mark. And I know anyone can get a check mark now, but I'm pretty sure I've seen his name around before, and he looks important. He sounds important within the Call of Duty community, as dumb as that sounds. I don't know who the dude is. But Landon quoted a tweet from Charlie Antel, the head of the Call of Duty Shields, actually. And this is from Christmas in 2015. I know, it's crazy. What was that, 7 years now? 7 years, look at that, I can do basic math. 7 years now since Black Ops 3, okay? And here's what Landon said. The days when skill-based matchmaking wasn't a worry, when Call of Duty was easily enjoyable, and man, was Black Ops 3 a masterpiece. Alright, now I'm depressed. But look, I agree with them on the whole skill-based matchmaking thing, and yes, it was enjoyable without this freaking horrible system put in place by Activision. But I don't agree with Black Ops 3 being. I didn't like Black Ops 3 to be honest with you. I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but look, Call of Duty, that's when they were trying to copy other games instead of sticking to their roots, what they were great at and what made them stand out from all the other, you know, franchises, all those other games. And I didn't like the advanced, you know, exo jump. I didn't like the exo jump. I didn't like that. I didn't like that freaking era. I'm sorry, I don't like the jetpacks. I don't consider jetpack Call of Duties real Call of Duties. I'm just gonna say it straight up, and I've said it many times before. I just don't like them, okay? I do not like them. I just don't like them. And if you don't like that, you can shove it. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, boys. Comment what you think. Do you agree with FaZe Jev? So yeah, comment, give your thoughts on that. You know, whether you agree with FaZe Jev or not. And subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button and like button. That would be very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm a Tis been Juan.